Let's bring in West Coast Trial Lawyers President and co-founder Neama Rahmani and former Chief Counsel for the House Judiciary Committee, Julian Epstein. Thank you both for coming on. I mean, Jonathan Turley makes a good point there, Neama, right? Look, she may be kind of edging in for a pardon, but at the same time, you know, Trump's been accused of nothing, ever, no time, and so people are trying to feed into what exactly?
Trace, that's absolutely right. Look, I don't believe Ghislaine Maxwell for a second when she says she saw something and knows nothing. She's a liar and a convicted sex trafficker. But I also believe that she doesn't have any evidence that's going to implicate President Trump or former President Bill Clinton.
Right.
There's nothing that's come out, and really the person people should be talking about is former AG Bill Barr, right? He's someone who's credible. He's testified before Congress, and he had nothing, and he's a two-time AG. So, look, we know that Ghislaine Maxwell is angling for a presidential pardon. She knows that her Supreme Court appeal has little to no chance of success, but I don't think she has anything on the president right now. So at least as far as that's concerned, that's believable.
And it's important to note that Bill Barr came out and said, look, if the Biden administration had some dirt on Trump, my guess is they would have put it out there. The attorney for one of Epstein's accusers said the following here, Julian, about Trump, and I'll get your take.
With respect to Barr's testimony, I don't think that Donald Trump was necessarily cleared in the investigation, nor was he identified as a criminal conspirator. I don't think there's anything conclusive about that one way or another.
What do you think about this whole thing, Julian?
I mean, that's sort of trying to damn someone by innuendo. I've never seen any evidence that's persuasive that implicates President Trump in any significant way. I've never seen any evidence that implicates President Clinton in any significant way. So I agree with Neama. But, you know, I think the Maxwell testimony today, Trace, doesn't really change the trajectory of this. I think we are headed towards impasse for two reasons. One is because all of the information that goes to the Government Oversight Committee is either 6E grand jury material or under court seal. And the committee can't really do much with that publicly without a court order. So, you know, I used to be the staff director of that committee, and you get stuff under 6E court seal, and it's difficult to do anything in a public way. The second reason I think we're headed towards impasse is because what Comey, the chairman of the committee, is saying is if Democrats want to grandstand on Trump and try to implicate by innuendo Trump, then the Republicans are going to do the same with Clinton. And I think that's going to back a lot of Democrats off. So I think that the long trajectory of this is one that, whether you like it or not, is sort of headed more towards impasse.
Yeah. Meantime, I want to move on to another hot political topic. Bill Melugin posted the following here concerning Kilmar Abrego Garcia. He says DHS and ICE sources tell him this afternoon DHS notified Kilmar Abrego Garcia's counsel via email that ICE may deport Abrego Garcia to Uganda no earlier than 72 hours from now, and ICE is also ordering him to report to ICE's Baltimore office on Monday. I mean, we very well, Neama, could have Abrego Garcia in Uganda or in jail by Monday or Tuesday.
We could, and I know there's a lot of hand-wringing over Abrego Garcia's deportation, his return, but here's the important thing to know. This is just a bail issue, right? We're talking about human smuggling, alien smuggling. It's a categorical bar. That means it's automatically deportable. Doesn't matter if you're here illegally, you've been here your entire life on a green card. So one way or another, once he's convicted, he's likely going to be removed from the country. It's not a matter of if, but when.
You know, and the thing is, he's going back, Julian, and nobody thinks about this, but we read the testimony. His wife came in and a couple of times accused him of beating her. Yeah. And so they're sending him back. And maybe he's innocent. Maybe he's the nicest, but he's still, the wife said he beat me a couple of times, maybe several times, and they're saying, go back with him. I don't know if this is politically beneficial for people like Chris Van Hollen.
I don't think it is politically beneficial for the Democrats. And the only amendment that I would make to what Neama said, Trace, was Abrego Garcia has 2 deportation orders going back to 2019. He had 2 hearings by Justice Department parole boards, and they in both cases found that he was deportable. I think on the appeal, if I remember correctly, they found he was a member of a gangbanger. So he has been deportable for 6 years now, and why the Trump administration didn't just bring him back from El Salvador several months ago and deport him the next day, I don't know. But I don't think this guy has many options, and I think he is likely to be deported to a third country.
I think you're right. Julian, Neama, thank you both.
Thanks, Trace.